I did my high school had a theater department, and I did a musical when I was 16 or 17 and liked it. This is really cheesy, but like it just makes me feel like I'm more alive. So I went to college, Shenandoah, the musical, which no one knows. Yeah, beautiful music, but no one does it because it's like all guys. It's like almost an entirely male cast.
Basically, I was a ham bone, and my mother was like, "You need to burn off some energy. Go sing for people."
Yeah.
Well, I think when in our lives, we were all taught as human beings to kind of control our emotions, keep ourselves together, be poised and collected. And when you see a musical versus a play, even, I think that's in a sense to what you were saying. It's the same sort of thing. You can let yourself go, and you feel clear and released in an emotional way.
I did a musical in 8th grade called No Vacancy, a Christmas musical, and I played the innkeeper. One day during rehearsal, I dropped to my knees, and all the girls, and I knew instantly how I was going to get the girl.
When I look back, I will always recall, moment for moment, this was the moment.
It's not like my rookiest thing, but the very first time I ever played Fiyero in Wicked was on the tour. And there's a lot of fog in that show, and there's like all these metal tracks and things like that. And I had to run on with this lion cub cage, and I just slipped and fell and just totally face planted. This theater of like 3,000 people just collectively go, like that. And the whole prop broke open. You could see like the dead puppet inside. It was pretty rough. That was pretty bad. I was out of the show. I was like in a motorized scooter for like 3 weeks after that. I like really hurt myself. But I finished the show. I did not leave the show. I like hobbled through the rest of the show.
Broadway debut, I was 18, doing Hairspray, and the show was very funny. My opening night, I'm doing the show, and it is crickets. They're almost silent. And the company manager came up to me at the end of the show, and she says, "Oh, I forgot to tell you. We had a company buy out the theater tonight. Everyone in here was French. So nobody spoke English." And I was like, "Okay, I got the job." But yes, my Broadway debut, not a single laugh in the whole show.
My first Broadway show was Jane Eyre, and I was the swing. And that set was 2 turntables, the one in the center and one there. And sometimes they would turn together, and sometimes they would turn opposite of each other. And you had to know how fast to walk to like step on the thing. My first 2 seconds on Broadway stage, stepped on that turntable, and it just went like that, poured all over the floor.
Oh no! That's the beauty of live theaters.
People remember that stuff. It almost makes people like pay attention more, remember it more, or something.
And they're like more part of they're experiencing it with you in that instant.
My voice personally lends more towards Frank's style. I love where, especially for Lucy, personally, I'm a little biased, but I think the lady songs for Jekyll and Hyde are just some of the best musical theater female contemporary songs out there. And I'm thrilled to sing the songs and represent Frank's work in Korea, so I'm excited. Very excited.
I think the thing I love about Frank's music is that it's just so open-hearted. We had our 10 out of 12 on September 11th, and then opened the show on September 12th, 2001. I still, to this day, never has theater been as important as it was for the run of that show. And his music was just so perfect for the tenor of the audience at that time. It was just unabashed, just good, and people could just forget for a second and just get lost in the sweep of that music. So
I've always loved Frank's music. I remember the first time I met Frank, and he was like, "Sing a country song for me," because I'm from the South and I grew up with country music, and he was like, "You've got to sing stuff from the Civil War," and he can cross genres so well. The fact that we get to do that in a theatrical setting where there's all the drama, it's not just a song, there's all this attached to it. That's like kind of what I live for. Honestly, that's why I like doing theater.
It's the feeling of being alive, filled with evil but truly alive. It's a truth that cannot be denied.
I think we're also very fortunate that Jekyll and Hyde, the show, has its own following.
You know, I like talking to people after the show. I like talking to people at the stage door. I mean, obviously I don't speak Korean. Like when you do a television show or get in your car and you go home afterwards. But when you're done with the show, there are thousands of people that just watched it with you and they're still there. And that's an interesting, cool energy.
I mean, I think with the score, it does so much of the work for you. Just open up your throat and try to match the passion of the score, and let the wave of the score just do the work for you.
Mm-hmm.
What a feeling to be so alive! I have never seen me so alive. Such a feeling of evil inside. That's the feeling of being Edward.